Hi, my name is Dakota Ambrosia. In this documentary, you are going to learn about something that most people don't understand. This time in America's history was a black mark. Schools don't teach it. Many people rarely care about it. This has got to be one of the most important conflicts in American history. Unlike the victories and the heroic battles of World War II, Vietnam was a war with no fronts. It was a war against an enemy that you couldn't see. Now, this isn't about the political part of the war. You hear about politics way too much. This is about the soldiers, the grunts, the GI Joes who fought during this horrible, horrible war. Many of them going out in the jungle on what we like to call search and destroy missions for more than 30 days at a time, looking for an enemy that could be hidden in a jungle thicker than this. Looking for an enemy you can't see, but an enemy that can see you. America first entered the war in 1954, when a political treaty divided the country in two. The North was backed by communist Russia and China. The US backed the South, fearing the North would take over and turn the area into communist territory. This became a major conflict in the Cold War, and Presidents Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson provided South Vietnam with military and financial aid during their presidencies. This aid is used to train South Vietnam's army to fight a homegrown guerrilla force from the north, known as the Viet Cong, or VC. The US's role was strictly advising the South on how to operate and fight in combat. This changed when the USS Maddox was attacked by 3 North Vietnamese torpedo boats in the Gulf of Tonkin. This led to a military response by the Americans and the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution being passed on August 7, 1964. This was seen as a declaration of war against the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong. On March 8, 1965, at 8:15 a.m., 3,500 U.S. Marines, the 9th Expeditionary Brigade, landed on the Asian mainland for the first time since the Korean War. This is the beginning of what was come to be known as the Vietnam War.
We fight because we must fight if we're to live in a world where every country can shape its own destiny, and only in such a world will our own freedom be finally secure. Destroy or build, kill or aid, hate or understand. We can do all these things on a scale that's never dreamed of before. Well, we will choose life. And so doing, we will prevail over the enemies within man and over the natural enemies of all mankind.
Like the enemy was a very smart guy to come in small packages. At the time that we was in there, that was their home. They know the land better than we knew the land. We could read the maps, don't believe me or not, to get from point A to point B any way we wanted to do. But they knew it and they lived there, and then what they do, they would put you in a position like a horseshoe. And when you go on patrol, you in a formation, you in and out, staggered formation. And they can put up to about maybe a half a platoon into that horseshoe. And they have spider holes all along, like front, sides, and all. And they flank you that way. And you lose a lot of people that way too, because when they open fire on you, you got to take cover, and you already in the kill zone. So you have nothing to do but just take it and fight out of it. Fighting is a very hard job, very scary. As everybody that was fighting with me over there was always scared, you know, but we did it because we were trying to get back to the world, you know, to save ourselves. But fighting is very hard, you know, and you lose a lot of people in life. You might go out with 125, 150, what I mean about that. You go out on patrols and you're out there in the jungle, you might come back with 26. That's the odds that you might have. Some wounded, dead. It's not a nice thing. I had one engagement that I always took heed to while I was there. I had a little guy with me named Richard Mendoza, and he was a machine gunner. And we used to fob at night, you know, what we call fobbing. We'll be setting up at night for the night, and we move in the day. And then when we set up, we had to put our trip flares out, our grenades out, and dig our holes, and put out security and everything. And that particular day, I was putting out the trip flares. And you can look out there in the jungle, sometimes you see a Ho Chi Minh Trail where people have been using it for many times. And we were rolling the trip flare, I was rolling it out. And when I rolling it out, I had it on a stake, and then it goes just so far, that thin one. So I go get another one to hook to that to make it all the way around the fob site. So when I rolled it around the little curve, little Ho Chi Minh Trail, there was a Vietnamese coming. And I had my weapon, but I couldn't get to my weapon because I had it slung across my shoulder, like, you know. And Richard Mendoza was pulling guard for me. And he had his AK. So what I did, I flipped over, he gunned him down for me, you know, that's the first, you just cut him down right there, you know, that saved my life right there. Engagement.
After the war ended, the soldiers returned home. Many of them didn't know what to do. They had spent so much time at war that they forgot what it was like to be a civilian. Also, in this war, like so many others, many of the soldiers came back with PTSD. And many of them took their own lives, haunted by the things they saw and the people they killed. Sadly, the public didn't care about them. The soldiers not only faced their own problems, but they also had to deal with the fact that a majority of the people hated them.
Morning! You visiting somebody around here? Headed north or south?
North.
Now jump in. I'll make sure you're heading the right direction, huh? Where you headed?
Portland.
Portland is south. You said you were headed north.
You got someplace I can eat around here?
There's a diner about 30 miles up the highway.
Is there any law against me getting something here?
Yeah, me.
Why are you pushing me?
What did you say?
So why are you pushing me? I haven't done anything to you.
First of all, you don't ask the questions around here. I do. You understand? Secondly, we don't want guys like you in this town. Drifters. First thing you know, we got a whole bunch of guys like you in this town. That's why. Besides, you wouldn't like it here. It's a quiet little town. In fact, you might say it's boring. But that's the way we like it. And I get paid to keep it that way.
Boring.
Portland, straight ahead. If you want some friendly advice, a haircut and take a bath. You wouldn't get hassled so much. Hope this ride helped you out. You have a nice day, huh?
The soldiers that fought in Vietnam were, in my opinion, the toughest soldiers that this country has ever had. They did their job, they gave it the best they could, and they came home. They faced incredible odds with incredible amount of courage and devotion to duty. Forget the politics, but think about the soldiers. They came home not to a hero's welcome, but as outcasts, getting spit upon by the very people they fought to protect, whether they liked it or not. The next time you see a vet, thank them. The next time you see a Vietnam vet, thank them a little extra. Because you have no idea what they faced. And they deserve our country's highest respect.